With the estimated youth unemployment rate in Namibia at over 40% in 2018, different sectors of the economy could be impacted if graduates do not meet the labor demands of the fourth industrial revolution. Deon Shekuza, a youth advocate for sustainable development, said that climate change and renewable energy solutions are one of the defining elements that could create youth employment for the fourth industrial revolution.
We are now getting alternative sources of energy like renewables, and that forces us to actually think about how are we going to involve young people. I've seen publications from different youth groups from the MENA region and others from the European side where they are focusing on figuring out how their youth would be fitting into this new industry. And for us, it's a very, very great opportunity in renewable energy for young people to be involved. If you look at it from an ocean economy, there's also a lot of bioprospecting, whether it's algae. There's a lot of opportunities where young people can get involved. Waste management is also a very big issue, because if you look at the waste industry, it's now moving to a circular economy, and we could figure out even the lowest of the totem pole of young people, whether they're homeless or uneducated, as they call them, can also find a space for them to be empowered. So I think that's a very, very important question that Namibia itself needs to ask, so that we could start bringing stakeholders together and figuring out where these fourth industrial revolution jobs gonna come from. And climate change is one of the defining architectural frameworks under the Paris Agreement that gives us space then to involve young people and employ them.
The 2020 United Nations Climate Change Conference, also known as COP26, will be held in Glasgow, UK in November under the presidency of the UK government. Kate Airy, the British High Commissioner to Namibia, says that the UK will partner with the Namibian government and other stakeholders to address the high levels of youth unemployment in Namibia and across the sub-region.
Africa is very important to the UK. It will continue to be important. One of the things we believe in is shared prosperity. So my government is very committed to the development across the region, including here in Namibia, and making sure that we create enough jobs and support governments to create jobs, particularly for our young people. Youth unemployment is not just an issue in Namibia, it's an issue across the whole of the sub-region. And really it's going to be one of the priority areas for 2020 and going forward for my government, is working with partners, including the Namibian government, on how we can create jobs and growth for our young people. Climate change and the threat to our climate is of a huge importance to my government. We will be jointly hosting COP26, which is the international conversation, the international negotiations on climate, at the end of this year. And we really need to have very high ambition from all partners. So working with Namibia and working with the sub-region to make sure we keep the pressure on and we achieve a deal at COP26 that's going to secure a future for my children and for yours too.
According to a report titled Green Jobs in the Era of Changing Climate, in many parts of the global south, climate change will have negative impacts on overall national development, including countries' efforts to reduce poverty.